Hey y'all, I'm Ashland.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Marla, and we want you to mansplain hockey elsewhere.
Yay! All right, guys, we have David here with us today, our friendly, suffering Detroit sports fan.
Yeah,
He's a Red Wings fan and all the other Detroit sports that sucks fan, and he's here to talk hockey with us a little bit today.
Yep. Yeah, it's real bad being a Detroit sports fan. Like it's not something I recommend right now. Like definitely don't recommend it. Don't if you're using this to like find a hockey team, don't pick the Red Wings right now. It's not a good idea.
But they were good at some point.
Oh, the first quarter century of my life, they were fantastic. But when you are good for that long and then you just try to hold on to it for the last 5 years and don't actually rebuild, it gets real bad. Real bad. We paid the price for the 25 years thing in the last 5. It's been real bad.
Well, you know.
But for the first quarter century of my life, it was fantastic. I got to talk so much
Which is
shit.
more than most Detroit teams gave you, so.
I had the Pistons, and so I live in California, and the Pistons beating the Lakers in 2004. I still bring that up. So yeah, no.
Good, you should.
That's fair.
But besides that, no, it's Red Wings, and that's about it. The Tigers got close, but yeah, and then we don't talk about the Lions too much.
Bless their heart.
Yeah.
No, don't even do that. No, they don't do that. Not even a little bit.
Well, I am a lifelong Carolina Hurricanes fan. Lifelong. Actually, the most hockey I think I've ever watched is minor league hockey in Illinois when I lived there, because minor league hockey is very fun because you don't have to know what's going on. People just randomly start fighting, and that is
the best.
Phenomenal.
Thing.
It's like they just look up and they're like, "Oh shit, guys! There's only 2 minutes left. Time to clobber each other."
The gloves get thrown.
It's great. But I'm sure I've watched a hockey game at some point in my life before, but I watched one after we started Mansplain Baseball Elsewhere, and these girls are into it. So I just watched a Canes game, and it was when the emergency goalie went in. So that was history making. And there was 2 more, and then COVID shut everything down. And then I guess we beat the Rangers, then we lost to the Bruins, and now here we are in a whole new season. So that's my fan story. It's wonderful. It's not a quarter of a century long.
I can't wait to hear Marla's.
So I am
For those that are listening and not watching, Marla has an actual jersey on. Are they jerseys?
It's not a very good looking one.
It's
the hockey sweater.
It's a hockey sweater?
It's technically a sweater, but people say jersey too. I think it depends on where you live. Mm-hmm. I think maybe Canadians more say sweaters. I don't know exactly.
I want to be like Mike Soroka.
Yeah.
We just say sweater.
That's fair.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
But yes, I'm wearing 71 for Evgeny Malkin because I love him. And Crosby's just a little too cliche for my first jersey, so we went with Malkin. I've had this, I think, 3 years now, something like that. But growing up, I remember seeing hockey. My brother was kind of into it, so I watched a few games with him, but I never got into it until 2014 when my husband and I started dating, and he's a diehard Pittsburgh everything fan. And we were, when we first started dating, it was April, May. So it was right getting to the playoffs and stuff. And we would go to bars and just watch it. And it really got me into it. And then our first big date, out of town date, was going to a Wilkes-Barre Scranton Pens game. It was the Baby Pens. And it was just so much fun. And just going to a game for the first time and being in that atmosphere and everything, it completely changed my mind. And I've been I don't want to say die hard because it's not I know everything about every person on the team or anything, but I've loved it ever since.
Okay, real talk. I thought Marla was gonna be I've been a hockey fan since I was 2. We started watching hockey the same.
Like that.
Yeah, we started watching hockey the same season. It was the 14-15 season when I started watching the Preds, and because I got to the postseason that year and then lost rather quickly. And then
That's
basically
also odd, like Trish.
yeah, it's fine. And then a couple years later, they got to the postseason and lost rather quickly. And then 17-18 is when we went to the finals, and then we lost to the Pens. And now we're here. We haven't done much since then. So
I should say the Canes won the Stanley Cup like the year, like I was going into college. Like they brought it, like to campus.
06,
yeah, 06. Yeah, and like I didn't even go see it. Like that's how big of a fan I like did it.
Wow. Okay.
Like it wasn't a big deal. Like I just, what is this?
It's just a big cup for hot dogs. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do feel I need to address the last Mansplain Baseball Elsewhere. I'm not afraid to talk shit on the Penguins. They're just the actual team of the three that I legitimately don't like. So I didn't want to be mean and like scare you guys.
Right.
But like I really don't like Sidney Crosby, but like that's because he like stole a cup from us and Lidstrom should have made that last shot on it. And that's a whole nother story. But yeah, no, I don't like the Hurricanes. I actually like them. They have a young core of guys like Svechnikov and Aho are awesome. And the Red Wings
and they just seem fun. Like, how can you not love them? They seem fun.
Oh, they're a bunch of jerks.
They piss
anybody that pisses off Don Cherry, I'm all about, and that dude hates them, so I'm totally behind them.
See, I'm doing good already.
The Preds games are fun. That's what I went to my Preds game in 18-19 season, I think.
That's a good year when you can't even remember which one it is.
Bro, it was so fun and like it's so fun. Nashville's fun anyway. But then like a bunch of drunk hockey fans like walking out of Bridgestone and descending on Broadway. It was like the time of my life.
I've been to the Preds arena and it's super cool. Like we went in August, so hockey wasn't in season, and we're in Nashville, and Nashville itself is a really, really cool electric atmosphere. But
yeah, my trip to Nashville in April just got canceled yesterday, so this is awesome, guys. Thanks.
Damn.
But continue telling us how much fun you had, Marla.
Yeah. Well, we just went in and like we walked around the arena first, and then we like went through the gift shop and stuff. And it's cool. It's a really neat little arena. I'd love to go when they actually are playing hockey. So hopefully maybe next year, I guess. At this point, probably. So we'll see.
Detroit, like y'all throw octopuses?
Octopi.
There you go.
Yeah, I actually got asked that the other day. But yeah, no, they the 8 wins it used to take to win the cup. I don't know why the Preds throw catfish on. I just think they saw us and thought that was fun.
Fish
and had catfish lying around.
Because they're rednecks. It's Nashville.
I mean, it still looks like a great time. Like I'm not.
They went noodling and got catfish.
Anytime
I just love that she knows what noodling is. She's one of us. One of us. Oh. Okay, so that makes sense. So it's because it used to take 8 wins. How many wins does it take now?
It's 16, just like I think like basketball. So yeah, it's 16 now, but there's nothing with 8 or 16 legs, so it just doesn't make. You just throw 2.
Yeah.
But I've also never gotten to be the guy that sticks a octopi down his pants for 2 periods of hockey and sits there because you still can't. It's illegal to throw them on the ice, and if you do it anywhere but Detroit, you will get arrested.
Oh,
I mean,
so if you see, like, obviously they haven't been in the playoffs the last few years, but like you always see, like when you see them throw it on the ice if they're at the away team, I'm like, oh, that person like really decided to go for it. Like I want to be that person's friend,
and
right?
jail.
Like
everything going on in the world, and we arrest people for throwing octopi on the ice.
Yeah, it's like an octopus in your pants. That's, you know what? I don't even care.
PETA wants them to throw what is it? Like stuffed animals, and that's just not the same. Like it doesn't work that way.
Weird.
Wait, you're throwing real live ones?
Oh, I mean they're not alive like they're dead, but yeah.
I thought they were stuffed animals. Now I have a whole different picture in my mind.
Oh yeah, no, they 100% were alive some point the week before.
Oh, wow. Okay, now I see the problem.
Yeah, in Detroit, they make it a thing. Like, he's spinning around his head, and they throw like thing, and they have a specific guy that does it, and he's loved. I don't know his name, but yeah, no, it's frowned upon. Say you're a visitor and do the same thing.
Wow, y'all are really bored up in Michigan, aren't you?
I mean, it's cold. You got hockey. Like that's about
Drives
it.
you to madness.
Like I get it. Like I don't hate on it.
So, who wants to tell me how this season's different than normal? Because the only normal I know is COVID normal, and that's apparently not.
The first hockey game you watched, the emergency goalie game.
I was just like, what, Zamboni stole goalie for either team? Like, that's not what happened.
Recollection of what normal is. It's fine.
It's a lot shorter. It's 26 games shorter. They're only playing 56 games this year.
So
what?
50, and
so they're like
games.
all
the
Ohio State. They're like just all kind of short.
It's kind of like baseball from last year, where you only play your division.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, in baseball they only.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that's what we did this year.
Pretty much.
Well, they did their division.
You played like
and
East.
the NL as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. So with hockey, it's you only play, like, if you're in the Central, you're only playing those teams, and you play them actually back to back, which isn't a hockey thing normally, like it would be in baseball. So
I like that though, and a lot of people are saying they would like to keep that because it kind of makes more sense to go to a city, get 2 games out of the way, so you're not back and forth with.
Oh, so you don't normally play series?
No, it's never a series thing.
Not in the same city.
You'll do like a home and home, like you'll do like one a season, like Detroit would do it with Chicago a lot, because like logistically speaking, they're close together.
Like right there.
Right.
And you can do a home and home but you're like, these are still same arena, everything like that. So I like it because if one game, like, there's bad blood, it's gonna spill over into the next one. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, you don't get a week to cool off. You're like, I'm gonna fucking put my skate up this guy's ass.
Exactly.
Love it.
And we not get to see enemies like consecutive days instead of just like once and then.
Yeah.
It's gonna get very intense depending on who the team is, for sure.
Like, David and I get to hate each other Thursday on opening night, and then Saturday I get to watch the game in person with a Red Wings fan and also take out my hate on them from Thursday night.
Like, be easy on us. It's like we want to like talk shit, but like we know it's like a lost cause. Like, we get it.
I literally. So I asked Eric, I was like, tell me things about the Red Wings so I can sound like I know what I'm talking about. And he was like, we kind of got screwed in the lottery because we should always get the first pick because we're horrible. And I'm like, the fact that you just openly are so sad about how bad you are, like, I feel bad. Like,
so here's the thing. No one should feel bad.
About, like, I don't know, the Tigers. I don't know. Like, it's just like a little child.
Yeah, I talked a lot of shit for a long time, so I probably had this coming, to be fair, because I live in Central California, so the Sharks are the closest thing, and the Red Wings played the Sharks for a couple of years in the playoffs, and surrounded by Sharks fans, I got really yippity when we'd win. It made me friends that don't talk to me anymore because of it. But now that they're in the East, I don't care about the Sharks as much. So yeah, like it's fun, but yeah, like when I go to a Sharks Red Wings game, I talk shit on their banners because they haven't won anything. That's all I have, really. Like, I'm like, we lost, but you guys still haven't won anything.
There you go. As long as you can talk shit, it doesn't matter.
So in the divisions, so there's shorter games. There's like 20 less games. There's series that there's not normally. And then the divisions, I know we're all different because we're like in the Central, which is weird to me because I've never been in the Central for anything in my life.
And we're in the Central, and we're usually in the Western Division. So
yeah,
which means
it's an interesting realignment.
I can like semi-root for, or like say I'm also a Seattle Kraken fan, even though I'm not.
They wouldn't even play each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you'd be totally fine.
It's fine.
So we can be Pens fans for Marla and support her team.
No,
that's right. He's coming in hot.
No, I will not do that. If you guys want to do that, I will definitely not be there for that.
As long as you're not a Flyers fan, because then we have to boo you. I know that.
No. Wouldn't be on the show. Nope.
See, but I like Gritty.
I refuse.
Like,
no.
If you like anything from Philadelphia, we will show you out right now.
I was about to say who
you can like a
like
cheesesteak,
Gritty,
and that's it.
but never mind.
Listen,
he's Gritty. Like he's like I don't even
terrifying.
Like the Flyers
and so
property. He's just his own thing that shows up the Flyers game.
He's very Philadelphia in that he's just chaos incarnate.
That's true.
I mean, they lose in chaos all the time. Last time I went to a Red Wings game at the only game I've been at Little Shitty Pizza Arena, they beat the Flyers, so that was fun.
That's cool.
Okay, so we have the East with the Pens, and then the Central with the rest of us. And
the Central's like thrown together because Florida's in the Central.
Yeah. And then like North Carolina. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Makes 0 sense.
I think there was just too many on the East. They were like, we know this doesn't make quite sense, but to even it out, we gotta just.
Yeah, it was kind of like it was really like the Northeast, and then everybody else in the Central, and then the West. So we have Seattle out there and some other teams, and then Canada gets its own.
Canada's all North.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it's nice that they finally are going to have a consolation prize for Canada because they haven't won a Stanley Cup, any of them, since '93.
Oh, but they were supposed to be good at hockey, I thought.
I mean, like the players just go to America. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, apparently they end up pitchers for the Braves. This is what I've learned in pre-game media things. Was it Glavin? Is Glavin the 90s one that was a hockey player?
Yeah, Glavin played hockey.
Yes. I knew it was one of the big three. And anyway, okay. So we have the divisions, and they all have sponsors. So we're now like NASCAR, which is something I do know about.
Oh, that's a NASCAR thing?
Well, we don't have divisions, but we just stick a sponsor on everything.
Like literally everything.
Everything. You get paid if you drink your Coke on air, you get paid money for it. That's why they all drink their beverages.
Fucking smart, I'm just saying.
I'm just not a fan of
I don't mind it.
Ones. Like the helmet ones are weird. Like
see, and even those like normally like with baseball, I'm like, no, it looks so tacky, it's awful, I hate it, don't do it. But I don't know what it is. The hockey ones just don't bother me. And like the Pens revealed their PPG Paints stickers that are on their helmets now, and I just don't care. It doesn't bother me. I don't know what it is. I guess I just have
like a
PPG Paints. Yeah.
Oh.
It's the headquarters for PPG Paints is in Pittsburgh, and that's what the arena is called. It used to be Consol Energy Center, and now it's PPG Paints. It is whatever. I still call it Consol half the time, so. Yeah. But it didn't bother me. And the naming of the divisions, I think, it's kind of a win-win because it sounds dumb to say it, but no fans are actually going to say it. So we're not affected. And they get to recoup some of the lost money from last season and this season.
It's going to be annoying to have, because I know in broadcast they'll have to say it like every 20 seconds talking about it. So that would be slightly annoying.
Conference.
But
whatever, dude.
I'm not ever going to say it. And like you said, if it helps them like recoup some of the losses, then fuck it, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Name it all, sponsor it all. I don't give a fuck.
Hockey's not as rich as football, so
let me in, and I will help you pay for things too.
Yeah, really. Like I would love to be able to go, but we can't.
I just learned. Oh, ours just says PNC. Well, that makes sense because that's the arena. That's boring. But we're also sponsored by Bojangles and the Air Force. I just learned, so that's
well.
Cool.
There you go. The whole ass Air Force.
Yeah, U.S. Air Force.
That seems.
We are America's team.
That
or something.
Okay, sure, whatever. It's fine. Tim McGraw probably sponsors us or something.
Probably.
Maybe.
Or Carrie Underwood and her husband probably.
Oh, that's probably more like.
Part of it
Did he play for them?
Or yeah, I guess he retired.
Yeah.
I wonder if they own part of it.
Oh, it's Fisher, right?
Yeah.
She was married to. Yeah. He came back a couple of times. Don't hate that guy. Like, all right.
I mean, he's married to Carrie Underwood. He did good
doing
in life.
something right. Definitely
Yeah,
doing something right other than playing hockey as well. Like, definitely, I'd say Carrie Underwood, then professional hockey player, and then everything else that he did in life.
See, men are only as important as their wives are. That's what we've learned.
And confirm, actually.
Don't see the lie.
I mean, as a single guy, that probably makes sense. That like, I get that. Like, definitely get that.
Mm-hmm.
We also might have hockey close to my birthday because I looked at the schedule. The regular season ends like May 8th, and then it said the last possible day for postseason is July 15th, which is only 5 days away from my birthday. So if things go well for the Pens and if we get COVID under control, I might be able to go to a hockey game for close to my birthday, which please.
So they're taking my birthday weekend off because my birthday's May 11th.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
I mean, I don't know exactly because I'm sure nothing's going to start 3 days after that, but it might be pretty soon. They're on a time crunch, so who knows? And then the draft is July 21st. The expansion.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Oh wait, not the expansion one.
The expansion? They're expanding?
Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can't even cheer for them this year.
No.
Y'all let me go on like they were already a team.
I mean, I ordered a t-shirt and a hat, so they're basically a team if you ask me. But no, there's no like.
How am I supposed to cheer for them this year if they don't even have a team?
Well, so you're gonna have to wait a year. But if they're anything like Vegas when they came in, Vegas went to the finals in their first year. So
yeah, they came in with a bang.
It could be a fun.
Thank you very much. But anyway, no, I like Vegas. They're a good team. They have a really cute team dog. So
I've never been to Vegas, but how insane everyone makes it out to be, plus how everyone makes hockey out to be, seems like a good marriage.
I haven't gotten to go. I was actually supposed to go to the Red Wings. Were going to play the Golden Knights in, was it like I think March 31st. So obviously COVID took that game out. But like for me, it's only like a 6-hour drive to Vegas, 6-7 hours, depending on how fast I'm going and what time of day you're going. So I was going to just drive there and see the game, but I have friends that have gone and they're like, it's not like any other hockey game. It's Vegas to like a T in terms of what they do. And like, they get you hammered. They have like, their drinks are like 10 times stronger than any other arena apparently that you can get. Like, it's insane.
Okay. Put that down on our to-do list.
I'll meet you guys there. I will 100%.
Someone hire us to go.
I have no issue going. They have a Detroit-themed hotel in downtown, the D. It's a lot of fun.
Is it just that?
Do you have to take your own bulletproof vest, or?
No, but they have Coney dogs and from American Coney Island, and then there's a White Castle in the hotel across from it. So in terms of getting food,
Harold and Kumar showed up.
It's great. So yeah, no, I love Vegas. It's my favorite place in the world.
Never been. Definitely want to though.
I give a lot of crap to Detroit, but my grandpa was from there, so I guess I feel like I can. Anyway, he got shot by his wife, one of his wives, and then he like remarried her later. So
are you sure he was from Detroit, not Alabama?
That sounds very Alabama like.
Actually, they did think it was an Alabama story, and I was like, no, it was Detroit. That was before he met my grandma. Anyway, so I just want to fight with you about our series because that's all that matters to me. So apparently the Canes have lost 7 to the Red Wings. That must have been during their good years because we have won our 3 games against y'all have been 3 in a row, is what the internet told me. So I'm looking to go 5 in a row.
It's not hard. Like, it's a high possibility that's going to happen. But the Red Wings did actually sign some real NHL players this year. So every like third game, they might actually be competitive or something like that.
Okay, so we'll take 1 and 2, and then y'all play the Preds, so you can lose that one. Or you can win that one. You can win that
I guess. I'll take that one.
I was going to say, you want the Preds to lose there, babe.
Like in my ranking of the 3 of your ladies teams, it's definitely the Canes because I really like Sarah Siv on Twitter. She's the athletic beat writer for the Canes. She is an awesome Twitter follow if you guys don't follow her already.
Okay.
She claps back real hard too. It's real fun.
Love that.
Like she's fantastic. But then also like
How do you spell her last name?
Oh, we lost him.
Where'd he go?
Uh-oh. Sarah.
He was about to talk crap and Ashland actually kicked him out.
So. I don't know what I did. I hit the wrong button. I don't know what happened. It's gone. Okay, I'm back.
There we go.
Sorry. So Sarah said no. She's great. I love following her, and then she follows up. So like I like the Canes a little bit more. I'm still mad at the Preds from when they smashed Zetterberg's head into the boards and Weber didn't get suspended. So like that's like I know that was like 8 years ago, but I hold a grudge. It's and then Pittsburgh's way down on my list personally.
Let the hate flow through you, buddy. A lot of people hate Sid. A lot of people. I haven't really come across many people that don't like Malkin, or at least like don't hate him like they do Sid. And I know like especially Preds fans with Sid and Subban a few 2-3 years ago. I don't know. They got in that scuffle. So I get it. But a lot of people just hate him because he's the best, or at least one of the best. He definitely was the best at one point. He's not anymore, just objectively. But it's kind of like, me saying I hate Tom Brady. It's because he's so fucking good and I hate his ass.
That is fair. That is definitely fair.
I don't begrudge you that. But I am going to talk all the shit this season. So I'm excited. Well, I guess I can't really because we don't play you guys. But I'm going to rag on you every time you lose.
You can talk it during our games. You can be an honorary
There we go.
fan.
There you go. That's your chance to shit talk.
Because we don't play on the same days, right? Because y'all are opening day.
The opening day, I think they start at like 5 on Wednesday.
Yeah, there's
something early like that. And then there's like 2 games after that, I think. Isn't there 3 games opening day?
I think so. Hold on.
It's
That's
interesting.
very late.
And then there's a Lake Tahoe game now. I think.
Yeah, the outdoor games. I'm excited for those. Although the Flyers are in one, and I'm not excited for that. But the outdoor games are always really cool.
It's Vegas and Colorado, and then I forget the other one.
Flyers and who the fuck is it? Hold please. I just looked it up a little bit ago.
Shit fire, there is 4 games on Wednesday. There are 4 games on Wednesday.
There was 3.
There's 4. There's a 4:30.
I don't know if I can
a 6,
watch hockey.
a 7, a 9, and a 9:30. That's my times, by the way.
I don't know if I can do hockey like I do baseball and just sit there and watch it for hours, no matter who's playing.
No, I 100%. That's the one like baseball. Like I'll watch any baseball team, like anything like that. But during like when they had the playoffs where it was like starting like our time 9 a.m. and the games would go till. Well, some games ended at like 2 a.m. because they had like 7 overtimes. Those were the best. I sat on the couch all day. Like I just
but see, one of our playoff games got pushed to like the next day because they were like, "We'll be with you after this one. We'll be with you after this one." And then finally they were like, "Okay, tomorrow at like 9:07. Except we know you have to go back in the office. Sorry, Emily, you won't get to watch it." And I was like, "What?"
It's the Bruins and the Flyers, and I don't know which I hate more.
We hate the Bruins. I learned that during the playoffs last year.
Fuck Marchand.
Bruins.
Fuck Pasternak. Fuck him.
So Pasternak's on my fantasy hockey team this year. I didn't realize he was hurt, so I got him at a decent spot. But I fuck the Bruins. Fuck Marchand.
Marchand is the dirtiest player in the league.
I love his crying meme when they lost the series whatever playoff series that was. Like he legitimately like that. Just like inject that into my veins. I absolutely love that.
Put it on my tombstone.
Wait, a grown ass hockey player was crying?
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like they should be tough. That's bad. I shouldn't say that. That's stereotypical.
Real men can have emotions. It's fine.
Real men can have emotions, but hockey players?
They're cold as ice.
Exactly.
Wow.
I would cry if I had my teeth taken out like that. Like some of those guys, like when they're just spitting out teeth, like that's.
Yeah, they're fucking.
I always
crazy.
joke that
I love it.
If I grew up in Michigan, I joke that like I would have been I could have definitely like been a pro hockey player just because I didn't get to actually try it. But then I see like some dude take it to the face, and I'm like, nope, I would have been done.
Yeah.
Just gonna stay back here.
My David doesn't watch hockey. Well, he doesn't watch any sports. And but hockey grabbed him when I think it was a Preds game we were watching. I don't really remember, but it was this past season before everything got canceled. And somebody took a hockey stick to the face and literally spit teeth on the ice. And he was like, wait a minute. You didn't tell me it was like this. You didn't tell me it was this brutal. And I was like,
yeah.
Yes. Like,
why do you think I'm watching?
And it used to be worse.
And, so now he'll watch a hockey.
It did not used to be worse. It used to be better.
Well, yeah, that's more intense, I guess.
But apparently CT is a bad thing. So, like, yeah.
That's
You can only live so long anyway.
I mean, you literally have to die from something, but whatever.
Apparently, it's not a great
That's
way
not
to
a
go.
very supervillain sentence for you to say, Ashland. I'm disappointed.
I'm just saying.
So
I'm not gonna die, but like others.
So
Someday.
who has something else to fight with David about? Or are we gonna end this in peace? I guess.
I'm trying to think. I don't even have any takes from other sports that I have. I did have a funny joke today. They're at work. This family came in and they weren't wearing masks, and they said they had a medical condition. And then I noticed that he was wearing a Braves hat, and I didn't realize that blowing a 3-1 lead was a medical condition these days. So
Kick him off.
That wasn't necessary. That was unnecessary.
Choking is though. So.
Don't kick her off too. Shut. Goodbye.
This is a Marla and Ashland pod now. See you guys later.
Hi.
Yeah,
Ray will be very proud of you for that. Very proud.
Yeah, he will.
I sent it to him. I didn't post it on the internet because I didn't want to I only have a week left where I'm working now, so like I technically can do it. No one will.
Best Western.
Best Western. My last day is Saturday. I'm so excited.
We're gonna party on Saturday for you.
It's gonna be great.
And there's gonna be hockey.
And the Canes are gonna beat the Red Wings at 7:00 Eastern. I think Eastern, maybe Central. I don't know.
It should just be preseason. They should just label it preseason. I get it'll count, but like,
it'll be wonderful. Wonderful.
Holy crap! There's so much hockey soon. Shit! Wait a minute.
NWHL starts on like the 23rd. So.
Oh, the what? The what?
The NWHL.
Is that the women?
It is the
women.
women.
Are you stripping for us, Marla?
Look, Riveters.
Hey, I ordered a shirt from them. I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah. But yeah, so there are 6 teams. The NWHL starts. I'm pretty sure it's the 23rd. So everybody go pick a team. Toronto's playing their first season, so that's interesting.
We won't root for them. That's fine.
Yeah.
There's 5 other ones, right?
Yeah, there's the Riveters and the Connecticut Whale. There are, I don't know, there's a few other ones. Those are the 2 that I like the most, but the Riveters are my team. So
I feel like I should pick the Whale because I do know this. We were the Whalers, the Hartford Whalers, before we were the Carolina Hurricanes.
Look at you.
That's cool.
It's because of the retro jerseys. I was like, where's the Hurricanes retro jersey? And then I was like, oh, wait.
The Whale.
And the Whale have really good colors. It's like blue and green. It's really cool color scheme. So I almost picked them, but the Riveters had like Amanda Kessel and like some other cool players that I liked already. And they have Rosie the Riveter as their logo. So
my picking went as far as, holy shit, their mascot's Rosie the Riveter. That's who I'm going with. There you go. The end.
Oh, Buffalo Buttes is another one. And then there's a couple other ones I don't remember. But yeah, that starts. I'm pretty sure all their games are going to be on Twitch. And then NBC is airing the Isabel Cup finals, she was Stanley's daughter, I believe, if I remember correctly. So that they named their finals after her. And I'm so excited. Women in sports, they have an all-female officiating crew. It's going to be intense. I'm so excited.
So they have the Boston Pride. Nobody picked them.
Oh, yeah, that's why I didn't remember them.
Connecticut Whale, Metropolitan Riveters, that's you, Minnesota Whitecaps, and Toronto 6.
Yep.
Dang, I'm going to have to.
But the Minnesota Whitecaps, which I think is closest to Michigan, I'm not good at geography.
Sounds like it.
And they're also the reigning champions.
There you go. That's something you could win at.
Winning team. You know what?
There you go.
I'd be a Minnesota Whitecaps fan.
You found your winning.
But if they start a downward slide for the next 20 years, we know who to play.
So then people can just start paying me to root for their opposing teams, and I'm totally down for it. Like I'll come up with some sort of package.
We're also available for that if anyone's wondering. Just Venmos are all the same as our Twitter names.
Yes. We are the minor league hockey team in my town, starting February 1st, is actually letting people go. So,
Ooh, that's exciting.
Their arena only holds like 3,000 people anyway, and they're going to do it half capacity, so whatever, but it's going to be
Alabama. Y'all don't care about COVID.
We only care like a very small amount, and it's mainly like the cities, and Pelham doesn't care, so it's fine.
Shit,
but
hockey.
Fingers crossed that happens.
That's cool. So much hockey coming. I'm so ready.
Just look, there's literally like 10 games on Thursday.
The most important one, though.
It has effectively been a year since we saw, like, normal hockey.
Yes.
I haven't seen the Red Wings play since March. Like, legitimately. Like, because they didn't get invited to the bubble for some reason. Apparently, when you win, like, seven
wait, y'all
like,
didn't even get fucking invited to the bubble?
Like, and then we still fucking fourth. You, like, literally don't even invite us. And then
it must have gotten lost
New
in
York
the mail.
Rangers, the first overall pick. And, like,
I'm sorry. You didn't even get invited to the bubble.
No, they didn't invite. There were 7 teams not invited. We were one of the 7, and we still ended up with the worst possible pick.
Right? Like, there were still some normal games.
Yeah, no, we didn't get invited. Like, they just haven't played since March.
They're like, never mind.
Amazing.
Also, up until when basketball started, the Pistons did not get invited. Like, Detroit didn't get invited anywhere. Like, like, I haven't, like, besides the Lions, which, like, is a whole nother infuriating thing. Like, I haven't watched sports. Like, I had some fun for the Tigers. Like, the Tigers started off, like, they're watchable.
Remember when we thought the Tigers were going to be good for, like, a second, for, like 4 days?
And then, like, CJ Crone, like, broke his leg. Like, it's just, it happens. But we got Casey Miz coming. It's going to be fun.
I can't wait.
I had to mute myself because I was like, people are getting sick of hearing me tackle.
Are you okay?
I was dying. Like, you just don't get invited. I didn't even know that was an option to be like,
yes.
Y'all are so bad. Just don't come.
Yeah. And then the draft, like, the draft lottery was real bad. There's some videos on my phone that didn't make it because, like, it got thrown during the video. I also may have threatened violence against certain people, so I didn't actually post them, which is probably
good. I did hear
good.
that, like, but I don't like how that's done because they do it the same way in basketball. Like, if you're that bad, they should let you go first. Like, how else can you rebuild? Now, you might ruin your pick.
It's the most
that's
fair
on
system. It's a lottery.
No, because if you suck that bad, how else can you tank for Trev? Like, they couldn't do that in football if they had a lottery.
Yeah.
They weren't even tanking. They just
Giants
didn't
wouldn't even know what to do.
I mean, and as evidenced by the fact they didn't even invite it to the bubble. I mean, they weren't even trying to take. They just.
All I'm saying is they're going to be really fresh on Thursday. Like, they're going to be, like, they haven't hit anybody besides each other for the last 9 sets.
They're going to be out of whack. They're not going to know what's going on.
Or they could be like the Browns last night against the Steelers and be like, we're so rested.
They could, Big Ben was like, oh, I feel the best I've felt in weeks.
Well, that didn't work out very well.
He's got roomy eyes, though. He really does. I noticed that last night.
Retire. The radio people were going nuts today. Oh my God, you should have heard it. It was great.
Anyway, on that lovely note,
on
the football pod.
Anyway.
So this week, my team will beat David's. Next week, Ashland's will.
Yep.
And then in his nightmares, Marla's will. And so
go back.
That's the life of a Detroit sports fan.
That's my life. It's great. It's fantastic.
Thank you
Where
for
can
coming.
People find you, David?
Oh, yes, that. Where can they find you?
Oh, D-Bots on everything. DEEBOTZ. If you want to follow me and see me get mad.
Bookmark all his Red Wings tweets and come at him, please.
I'm surprised they haven't blocked me because I've been real down, but I guess I got to be nice to them because, like, I don't want to be, like, that hateful.
I'm sure they're used to it. I mean, who's not
they do the
Red Wings fan?
They send do the puppy pictures thing every game. It gets old.
Yes.
Okay, you can't hate puppies.
Well,
yeah, but every single game it gets old. Like, when you have to do it every day. Like, if you do it, like, even once a month, like, I get it. I love it. But, like, every game, you're just like, no, stop.
And that's our first guest, a man who hates puppies.
I love puppies, but not when...
B-O-T-Z.
Yep, that's me. Puppy hater.
But he did help Mansplain Hockey to me.
Yes.
So.
And we appreciate it greatly. And we will have him back on to come yell and freak out about hockey some more soon.
If they get invited to the bubble this year.
He might not get the invite to our bubble.
We got at least 50, we got 56 games. That's what I'm looking at right now. All right.
Well, we will see you guys next. I don't know when next, but next week sometimes.
We got to pick a day. Bye. See ya.
Bye, guys.